Well, hello guys. I'll actually swap to the other one first. So just chatting because we don't have anything to display there. And today we don't have Carl because we're not going to spend any time over here. The reason I have this microphone on is because it's the only microphone I have that I can set up on the other room. So I hope we're not too bright. I can see the blush is too strong without the lights. But, oh no, it could be this. It's not too strong. We are just good. We are doing our best. We are living our best life. I have made a commitment to making a lasagna for a family gathering in a few hours. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make my famous tuna lasagna. I will post the recipe later. And we're gonna cook it at home. We'll have time to chat. We'll have time to explain the step by step. We'll surely have time for a lot of mistakes. And when it's ready, I'll show you guys, and we'll end the stream there because then I have to drive with a boiling hot lasagna over to my parents' house. So yes, there we go, guys. This is gonna be a hoot and a half. Oh, thank you, Lexi. Thank you. Let me say hello to everybody. Hi, Malum. Hi, Lexi. Hi, Lynx. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Hi, Sophie. And hi, Lynx. Why, Jinx? Damn it. God damn it. Ah, and Mama's on board. Hi, Mama. How you doing? So, look, tuna lasagnas in general, they have to be demystified because people go like, oh, lasagnas are very complicated. Like, I don't want to make a lasagna. They're difficult. There's zero level of difficulty in lasagna, especially tuna lasagna. So what shines in any lasagna is the quality of your products. Obviously, if you have good dough and if you make your handmade, homemade dough is going to be better. But the trick with any lasagna is the filling. So if you have a good filling and a good feeling, then you're gonna have a good lasagna. It's very hard to beat that. So we're gonna go and hop over to the kitchen. So you're gonna have to give me like a second as I transition rooms. And hopefully my cats haven't moved the cameras or anything that I've set up. I hope it is a little bit more well lit than we are. And if I did this correctly, so let me try this. You should now be hearing me through this microphone. Please tell me that you hear me through this mic because at least Streamlabs seems to be capturing it. It is going to be a big downgrade in quality in terms of microphone, but I apologize. I do not have another way or another microphone that I can connect to the other room, unfortunately. So you guys are going to be keeping me company. I have the tiny shoe chefs meowing already somewhere that I can't see. But, all right, let's see if this cooking stream works. If it works, then, you know, we're going to do more of this. I have encouraged you guys to post your own family or discovered recipes so that we can make a coven cookbook by next year. This is obviously going to be featured there. It is my best lasagna. It is my best dish in general. This is what people want me to cook for family gatherings. And hopefully, if you guys see the step-by-step and how easy it is, then, you know, you can try it at home. So let us see if everything is working. You're probably not going to see me for a little bit, so let's go. Hello, hello. Let me just lower the music as well. Well, actually, I can just leave this music in the background. I don't think it's going to bother you guys. You can always tell me if it is bothering you guys. But here we go, here we go. We're going to the kitchen. Hi, guys. Here we are in our kitchen. I'm just going to remove the tablet. This is what I'm going to use to keep tabs on chat because I don't have any other way of keeping tabs on chat right now. So this is going to have to do. We're going to be watching you guys talk from here. So hopefully it is working. Log into chat. What do you mean? I don't want to log in. You log in, Twitch. Obviously, there's always some sort of technical difficulty. Sent the code by text message. What code, dude? What code? You keep telling me that you've sent me codes. But none of these codes. Oh, okay. The Aussie app does work. Alright, so let's go. I programmed this a second ago, but then I forgot my password for Twitch. So obviously, we're having to resubmit everything in their moms so that it works again. Alright, so it seems to be working. I think it's cool. It's Belle Ramsey, oh my god, yes, I know. I'm just that good. I'm just that good. So it seems to be working relatively well. I got my own adult warning to say that this is 18 plus chat. So yeah, I can see you guys relatively well. Look at that. Perfection. Oh, who knew? Perfect. Alright, guys. First, we're gonna pull up our pants and do the little plie. Because sometimes your pants slip, and we don't want that. Then, We're gonna never mind the fact that the sink has some dishes in it because nobody's perfect. And we're gonna wash our hands. Get in between your fingers, up and down, like you have been in social distancing. And you want to make sure that you are just squeaky clean to the best of your abilities, obviously. Ah, much better. So now that we dirtied one rag, there's gonna be many rags. Let me see if I can bump this actually. Can I just flip this a little up? I just need fucking with the spice rack. Just so I can prop this tablet up without it falling? No. Are you gonna fall? Dude. Tablet, if you fall, I'm gonna be so sad. I don't think I'm gonna prop it like this. This was the only part that I did not test. Because, you know, you can test all you want, it's still gonna be chaotic. Give me this box. Alright, perfect. Because, my little rack, wow, that sounds bad, basically doesn't let me see the first message there. So, there we go. I think it's working just fine. Then it should be just good enough. Also, hi Mel. Here on YouTube, I know. We have, we're trying to multi-stream. I don't know how it's gonna come out, but I figured why not? Now that it is a possibility for Twitch, and Twitch not gonna ban you because of that. As long as we promise and commit ourselves to like, give the same quality to Twitch users as we're giving on YouTube, so no preferential treatment per platform, which for us is pretty good because I have no other way of streaming. So, and I am gonna bother myself with giving other people different treatment. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. We got everything going, right? Okay, nice. Alright, so what you're gonna need for this recipe is very simple. First, you need a pirex, which is what we call in Portuguese something that is oven safe. I got this one. It's very cute. It's very adorable. That's why I like it. It's really hefty. So it's not good for people with arthritis, but so far the lasagnas come out delicious. Then you need a really deep pan or a pot, whatever you prefer. I like pans. I find that they're quicker to use than a pot because they have more surface. And you don't need that much height anyway. I just like a higher wall and a wider platform, and it fits just perfect with my little induction stove. I don't like whatchamacallit, how do you call this, non-stick pans so much. I actually prefer stainless steel. This is the only non-stick I have. So the ones I have are stainless steel because this wears off through the years, and there's been a lot of lawsuits in the US over carcinogens. So I'm not saying I'm paranoid about it, but I prefer to just use stainless steel. You just soak them, you take care of them. If you cook when they're seasoned, as in if you heat up the pan hot enough, it will just glide things off it. And if you just wash them after you cook with them, or you just put them under hot water, most of the grime slides. Sorry, I have makeup in my nose. It's making me itchy, which means we have to wash our hands again. I will just use a little bit of tissue, and that should be okay. Okay, there we go. Alright, this should prevent us from constantly having to wash our hands, even though there's nothing wrong with washing your hands. I wish this hood worked a little better. I'm gonna have it replaced, I think, if not next week, the week after, but basically this has no light. So I'm using the stream lights for this, which are very useful. That's why I was so dark in my own room, but it is what it is. So first things first, you can use frozen veggies, or you can buy fresh veggies, but what I found is that I tend to waste a lot of fresh food depending on the dishes that I feel like making on a daily basis. So here, and I'm sure in your countries, they sell already chopped either onions, garlics, broccoli, other veggies and stuff like that. So you need the equivalent of 2 large onions. So basically 1 large onion per tuna can. These tuna cans have roughly 400 grams drained, more like 380 or 375. So 1 large onion per tuna can, or more, depending on how strong you want the flavor. But because we're gonna use like these concentrated tomato paste with onions and garlic already, we don't want to go too ham with onions. I don't think it's personally gonna be bad if you add more, but you know, 2 is fine, 1 per, okay? I use 2 of the big ones, then I use 1 of this for sure, so 1 500 gram or ml, in this case it's grams, yeah, grams of tomato paste. Let me see if they have an English translation. Tomato pulp with onion garlic. So I use 500 grams of this. There's just the plain tomato one, and then I actually encourage you to use more onions and garlic. But 1 of this, and perhaps half of this. It's very much by eye, depending on the consistency of the sauce. You want the sauce to be not too runny, but not too thick. Like if it stands on its own, it's not too good to spread, and with lasagnas you want some decent spreadability. So that's it. To add to flavor, I have fried tomato. Basically, it's just a way to give more umami to the dish. Fried tomato always brings it up a little bit more instead of this more... I always think the pulp is a bit more watery. Fried tomato is more concentrated. So we want a little bit of a punch when it comes to your tomatoes. Always, guys. Salt and pepper, obviously. Garlic, along with your shenanigans. Then fresh or frozen. Look, people told me, but you can tell the difference. And let me tell you, I've cooked for 5 years with fresh ones, and I've been using these for the last year, and I have felt zero difference, except that I don't have to spend ages crying and washing my hands and smelling like onions for the rest of the day, because it just works. It does not taste different. It is still onions. They are flash frozen as soon as they're cut. There is no hecking difference. If you say like, but the flavor is going to be more watery, then you have a good option for that. Just let it cook a little longer. Yeah. So take it from me. Do not get picky with your damn frozen vegetables or your vegetables. Just put your vegetables in, cook them until they're on point. I'm going to just turn on the hood. This hood doesn't work that well, but it is what it is. All right. I picked this turtleneck because it's cold outside and we're going to leave after this. But right now I'm just, I'm hot. Not that I wasn't, but I'm hotter than I would like to be right now. But sure. All right. Now that the bases, we have our 2 tuna cans right here. Ree has opened them for me because I am unable to open these tuna cans, so it's very nice of them. Actually, could I get a... Give me a second, guys. Let's see if I can get a little hair rubber. Because my things are on the way of my headset and it is bothering me a little bit. If I don't have one, it is not catastrophic, mind you. But it would help, you know. It is just one less thing that is gonna be on the way. There we go. You cooked 2 things today and baked 2. You were toasty. Yes, it is really hot when you cook. Not just you do a lot more movement and such. The houses are usually cold right now. And it is what it is. Maybe Ree has one. Let me just quickly ask them. So Ree's going to be the best sous chef and going to check our bathroom for it while I carry on. So let's just do our best, guys. We're going to manage either way, hairy or not. So it's not going to be too dramatic, you know. We're going to grab our olive oil. Mine is in a random bottle because I like to be fancy. So here, olive oil, and I imagine in all your other countries. Oh, thank you, babe. Olive oil has reached really high prices, so now we buy just a big like 5-liter bottle from some local producers. Hence myself getting a little bottle that is easy to refill with the little funnel. So hi Wolf, how you doing, my darling? Let me just do my hair real quick, guys. You might hear some but it is what it is. Alright, there we go. We look like a sexy thumb right now because we're positively round. So we're gonna turn on and get some medium heat going on this pan and give it a little bit to warm up. So induction stoves are actually really fast to warm up because they're basically magnets. They're not basically magnets, they're magnets. So it's gonna heat the bottom of this pan in no time, so I don't even have to wait that long. Yeah, it's already kind of steamy. So I usually put it at around the halfway point, let it heat up for a second, and then I just put a little bit of olive oil. So just waiting for that. Got Push and Craft flashbacks, I know. It's a really cute bottle too. Look at that, and I have one for normal vegetable oil as well. But olive oil works really well with like fish, garlic, onions. It's like, can't go wrong. It's just perfect. Oh, you hate the one you have there. Look, if you asked me what I would have preferred, my love, I would have preferred gas. Like, I have the installation there to do, but the house did not come with it, so that means I would have to hire someone to install it, and that would have been a whole other process. The only thing I don't like about this bottle is that you have to shake it a little bit to get the quantity of olive oil you want. But other than that, it is dark, so it keeps the olive oil lasting long, and it just works fine for a refill bottle. It's very pretty too. Alright. I usually like to get enough olive oil to coat the base of our pan. It has a nice anti-drip system as well, so this is fine. We're gonna put this here. Alright. As it seems that it is warm, just remember that if you're adding anything frozen or watery into hot oil, whether it's vegetable oil or olive oil, just remember that the bitch is gonna splatter. So be protected and be cautious. I actually don't know where my splatter guard is, because I actually have one, but a tiny apron will do. You want to be gassy? I wish I was gassy, but no, I'm induction-y. It's not as good, but it is what I have. I wasn't gonna argue this house over whether or not I got gas or don't have gas. Choices had to be made, if you know what I mean. Choices had to be made. Oh, there we go. We're looking absolutely delicious with our death do us part. You know, look at this. It is one of my favorite aprons, I will say. You get like the gas or inductions because they're like, you know, they're both. So there's induction, there is electric, which is similar to this in design. There's gas. Okay. I'm going to just empty this bag. Each of these bags have like 400 grams. And this is all just going to melt down. I'm going to raise it a little bit. And throw this in the trash. Here we go. Now we rescue one of our spoons. And thank ourselves that we have the big one washed so that we can spread it a little bit. Now comes basically the hardest part of the whole lasagna, because the filling is what takes the longest, is what is hardest about the recipe. The assembly is what takes the longest, but it is what it is. So anyone can make a lasagna as long as they master the filling, or at least know how to make a tasty filling. Filling this is just time consuming. Anyone can do it. So no worries about that. Let me just grab my salt. Hi Jinx, how you doing, my darling? I hope you're having a good day so far. We grab a little pinch of salt just to get the melting going, get the onions to sweat a little bit more, get everything to work out better. Because this is induction, it doesn't heat these edges so much. Not yet, at least. If I give it a little longer, it is. So right now, we're just gonna want to have this melt down so it can fry properly. And we want our onions to reach that point where they're kind of soft and golden. Not golden enough they have caramelized, but we want them soft and golden, a little bit yellow. That's the ideal onion. Because then it's just gonna mix with everything else, and everything else is already cooked. And that's the beauty of tuna lasagna. Everything is already cooked except the onions. So once that is done, you can just assemble everything, and you don't have to worry about, oh, my meat is cooked, my meat is not cooked, etc., etc. Granted that minced meat cooks relatively fast, and you don't have to worry too much because it does go in the oven. So there's no risk that it's going to be undercooked, but a lot of people do get fretted over the minced meat being properly cooked, not being properly cooked, if it got enough flavor or not. And this way, I found that you never have to worry about it's cooked or not. It is cooked. It is already ready. Oh my god, not the yippee! No, not the yippee, guys. Good Jesus. Now you're What do you mean? Well, I am a little magnetic. Just a little bit, dude. Just a little bit. It is what it is. Alright, finally we're gonna get some bubbly. Alright, nice. Alright. Yeah. Good, good. I can lower this a little bit again. So you can hear, you can't probably, but when you start hearing the bubbling again, if you're using the frozen veggies, which, look, I encourage you to do. The cleanup time, the prep time is cut by so much. So look, that's my opinion, obviously. I've been cooking like this for roughly a year when I discovered these packages, and I was terrified, like, look, it's gonna be shit. Nothing beats the fresh ingredients, and let me tell you, like, no difference was made. Tuna lasagna for the yippies, yes. Alright, so, some of my friends commented, like, I don't understand how you like tuna, because the tuna we have here is kind of gross. So look, this is tuna diff. The reason tuna lasagna is so good here is because our tuna is really good. Like, legit good. We fish it off the Atlantic, which basically is 2/3 of the country. It is packed in fresh olive oil, and we're one of the biggest producers of it. So it's like delicious tuna in olive oil. You can't go wrong with it. It has to be good tuna. It has to be tuna that you can pluck from here and eat, which is something we commonly do. So if you can do that with your local tuna, like if you really enjoy that flavor, it tastes meaty and hearty and savory instead of fishy. This does not taste fishy. Then you can have a delicious tuna lasagna or any other tuna dish. Like this filling I'm doing now, I use it for any kind of pasta, whether it's oven or just to serve on top immediately and eat. I've done, the original recipe I tried with this was cannelloni. So when I did this filling, I used it on pasta, but before I migrated to lasagnas, I did cannelloni. The problem with cannelloni is that it is 3 times the fucking work for half the yield. Because everybody wants to eat a tube, 3 tubes, 4 tubes. And because in my family, we are kind of like well built, we like a lot of pasta. And while I do enjoy a tall lasagna, which you will see by the size of the lasagna, or the height, or the amount of layers, my dad, for example, likes a more wet lasagna. It's a whole other discussion. Obviously, we're making the lasagna, so it's going to be our way. It's going to be a lasagna that can stand by itself. I don't like a wet lasagna. Like, I don't want my lasagna to be put on a plate and goes like, oh, like a Victorian sick boy. No. I want my lasagna to stand proud and, you know, be able to punch someone in the face. That's a good lasagna for me. I like an empowered lasagna. I don't want a weak sauce lasagna. So that's what we're aiming for. That's why I put a lot of onions on this one. For one, to finish a bag. Because we gotta be practical, guys. We have to finish the bag. Because I had that open a little bit, and I just found out that we had another one open. Not ideal, guys. Finish your bags of frozen goods before you open a new one. But we did have a lot of them, so easy to confuse. So finish your bag. Get a lot of garlic, onions to go with. It is slowly getting to where I want it to be. So I'm just gonna let it set. Sometimes you don't have to stir all the time. If you want them to brown a little bit faster, don't raise your, like, my glasses fogged up. Don't raise, like, the volume, the level. Don't crank it up too high because then you'll just burn. But you don't have to constantly stir when you're cooking. If you want it to brown a little faster, you lie it in an even level, you let it sit for a few seconds, then you stir and do it again to make sure that everyone's getting an even coat. In this case, I can do that with more safety because this is a non-stick pan. It is what it is. You had to know lasagna once, and that person that made it should never be allowed to be in a kitchen. Yeah. So this is, look, this is what I say to like everyone. This is what I'm asked to do. Maybe all the people I've known have lied to me and said they loved it and it's really bad. That's a possibility. But I make it for myself. I've made it in several occasions. For example, I noticed that it's an ingredient diff when I made this in Brazil, and I couldn't find Portuguese tuna there. I found the olive oil, which was really good, but I couldn't find the bechamel, the proper bechamel, and I don't make a good bechamel. It's not something I enjoy doing. So I buy store-bought. I won't judge you if you want to make your own or you want to buy store-bought, whatever works for you. Because this is a time-consuming dish, so it's all up to you and how much time you want to invest in it. The bechamel was different, and the tuna was different, and the tomato sauce was different. And you're like, you're in a whole other continent and country. I don't know why you're surprised. I didn't expect it to be so different. So that's the whole thing, right? Like, I didn't expect it to be so different. It's not that I didn't have an expectation that it would be different, but it was definitely not as I liked. And I spent ages tweaking that lasagna, which you're gonna see me do as I tweak the seasoning. I have all my spices here, and don't worry, I'm gonna post the recipe on our Discord as well if you want to give it a go, and I would love to see it if you do. But it was not good. No, like, I ate it and I ate seconds because the combination is still good, but like, it was not nearly as good, and it blew my mind because I didn't expect it to be that different. Let me just wash 2 bay leaves to put in here. I personally like the taste of bay leaves in food. So we usually have dry bay leaves around the house. In Portugal is very common. I just washed one away. That's fine. I'm not going to touch the grime now. I just crinkle them up until it breaks a little. You just got to remember to pull them out. Now that my onions are looking kind of beautiful, and I don't know if you guys can see that. They do look a little bit yellow. The saturation in the kitchen is probably not good. But I'm glad to see that you can at least see a little bit of a shade of yellow. And this is more or less what you want. Like, I have some onions that have a little golden tip, which means they fried it nicely, which is not a problem. So we know that they're kind of ready. We're going to add the garlic now. So I also have chopped garlic that is frozen. If they hated the dish, they wouldn't ask for it again. I imagine so, Lynx. I imagine that's more like it. I'm just going to put an exaggerated amount because it is for a lot of people. But you put as much garlic as you're comfortable with. Look, if I was doing my own cloves of garlic, I'd just put like 4 or 5. I really do enjoy the taste of garlic. I understand that some people don't do well with allium, and thus don't particularly want a lot of garlic in their lasagnas or their pasta dishes. Just a little bit would do. So just tweak it. No one's gonna be there to judge you. You know, just be happy. Do what you like. Knock over everything because you're clumsy, and that's fine. Just don't let it dirty your table. Oh, one of the things I hate about this house is how this white counter gets dirty all the time. It is impossible. And it stains too. Oh, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I feel like it's unfair because I spend more time cleaning this counter than anything else in this house. And I'm never satisfied because it's constantly stained. At some point in my life, if we're still here and haven't moved away, I would definitely change this counter by either granite or something that you don't tell it's as dirty. Not that I'm a filthy person, but it is very ungrateful. Like, when we bought this, I don't know if you guys can see this far, but there's like a few stains here that are legacy stains. Like, they were here when we got the house, and there's nothing we can do about it. We tried different products. We had the lady who cleans the house every 2 weeks try her hand at it, and nothing worked. So it's just disheartening, basically, that our white counter is not very white, and there's nothing I can do about it. So far, notice that I only put a pinch of salt right in the beginning. Ah, motherfucker on a stick. Go burn your dad, dude. Sorry. So, I advise you to only really salt this at the end, unless you're cooking the onions. And then a little bit of salt goes a long way just to make them sweat and get the ice breaking. Woo! Hi, Pepsis. How you doing, my darling? But why cupboards? So, if the cupboards are up here, then you don't have a lot of issue. But if your cupboards are, lower or closer to this, yeah, I can see issue with that. But I would love a black counter in any way, shape, or form, because I wouldn't be paranoid that anything that drops on it is gonna stain permanently. So this is looking good. Garlic just needs maybe a minute more just to get a hint of color. If the onions are getting darker, that's okay. Just don't let them get too dark. That's the whole point. If you caramelize it, it's gonna have a sweeter taste than ideal, but there's always ways to work around that, as long as they're not burned, because that smoked taste is not as welcome to your lasagna as something else. Then you're good. Then you can definitely keep stirring. And when this garlic looks a little bit more golden, which is gonna be harder for you to see, then we can add the tomato sauce, which, God, it's gonna suck. Oy! There we go. Actually, this wasn't so bad. Double check the expirations, just in case. Just in case, guys. Okay, this is actually looking nice. Smells nice too. But then again, like, who doesn't like the smell of onions and garlic and bay leaf? Like, here is a very traditional smell. Like, this is kind of like a very homely thing, but if you live in a building here in Portugal, it's lunchtime or people are prepping for lunchtime when you can smell this in the stairwell of the building, and it's usually every single mealtime you smell onion, garlic, and olive oil, because it's just the base for a lot of dishes here in Portugal. Did you add sugar? No. So I don't want them to caramelize. I want them to golden up. So halfway through the process, it's doing it again. It's Stop! I'm gonna need to shove something in there, and I hate that. I hate it because it gets on the tips of my fingers, and I'm not a person that... No! My counter! Fuck you, dude. That was a low blow tomato on the stove, dude. Ugh! Dude, I have sensorial issues, okay, guys? So, just like someone who doesn't like fishing things from the drain because it's all gooey and shit, I don't like throwing my fingers into this, and now the spoon is too big. Give me a tiny spoon, just to break the vacuum seal that is in here. Quick! Get in there! Get in there! Oh, I have the thing to rest the spoon. Now I can lower this as well to a low one. Because what we're gonna do now is we're gonna mix everything else and warm it up. This looks dirty as shit. Yes, guys, just use your best wanking arm and a spoon to get your tomato out of there. And then a trick from anyone from a poor country or just overall intelligent human being. Add a little bit of water inside so that you can get just a little bit. So you can get the leftovers. There's still going to be a little bit inside here, but we'll see how the consistency goes. Now Hi Charlie, how you doing? Hi Vampirius, how are you doing as well? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Tamara, did you already try that? No! I actually want to try that so bad. Oh, I have all the Julia Child cookbooks. And one of my ideas now that we are doing cooking streams is not just obviously do the community's recipes, because people have posted their family recipes and I want to try them, is to also cook some of the most iconic recipes that I've always wanted to try, and Boeuf Bourguignon is one of those. So I already spoke to my butcher because it's literally on the next building, so I can just walk there and get nice meat off of it. And he says he'll assist me with a good cut, or the cut necessary for it. So I'm excited, but it's something that I'm gonna need to plan into our meals, because Boeuf Bourguignon takes hours. Hours to make, and I don't have a fucking Dutch oven. I don't have a Dutch oven! Oh, it's in French, we can easily translate it. You can post it on our Discord channel. We have a Discord channel just for that. I think it's gonna be awesome. Hi, Miyuk. How you doing, my darling? Oh, thank you. Oh, I did shrimp korma the other day because it is my favorite Indian dish. It was delicious. But to be fair, like, we have a big Indian community here in Portugal. So going to any store here, you can find delicious ghee and garam masala already prepped up for you. So with those in hand and basic knowledge, following the recipe is really simple. And korma is like the best introduction to anything Indian, in my opinion, because as far as curries go, it's not a very strong curry. It is sweet, it is delectable, it takes cashews and onions, and it's amazing. It's amazing, and butter chicken is really good as well. So I think if you guys want to try Indian cuisine and you haven't yet had the courage, it could be intimidated if you're not used to spices, korma or butter chicken, it's so good. I do prefer the creamier, not as spicy ones, because I didn't grow up eating a lot of spice. Some people in Portugal have, because we do have piri piri, but it is not something that I grew up with. So I struggle with something that is too hot. And the good thing about butter chicken and korma is that they're not spicy dishes by definition. You can add it because it does take red chili flakes. You can add it to your heart's content to make your perfect dish. So don't feel intimidated by it. I don't dislike this consistency. I'm just trying to see if I want to add, I think I'm going to add a little bit of this tomato paste. Thank you, my love. I appreciate it. Right now I don't have any way to check, but I will. But you can tell us about it, though. You can tell us about it. Oh, might as well. You keep us company while we're doing it. Now we shake this. It's Friday here. Oh god, yeah. So far it's Friday here as well, but I think India is 8 hours away from us, right? Around 8 hours ahead of us. Here in Portugal, at least. Let's add a little bit of this. Ooh, nice. Yeah. I think I'll add all of it. Oh, it smells nice. Yes. Alright. I'm gonna add all of this fried tomato paste, because it is delicious. It adds a whole different dimension to this. So it's delicious. Put it in the trash. You don't need an oven for the Boeuf Bourguignon? You don't? I thought you did it with the... It's not an oven, it's a stove. A Dutch oven is a casserole, is a massive casserole that usually people use the expensive ones. What is the Le Creuset ones? I don't have a Dutch oven, so I don't have a big pot like that can stay and cook the Boeuf Bourguignon for hours, and that's the biggest flaw I have. And spending 300 euros to buy the proper one seems like a bit of a commitment even for me. It's not that they're not pretty, and I've heard great things about them. They last a whole lifetime, but I don't know. If I could find a way to do it on one of my pots, I'd feel a little bit better. What am I cooking? I am making my tuna lasagna, basically. At IKEA. And you recommend those? Have you tried those, Pepsi? Because I've never tried the IKEA ones. I've seen them, but I've never tried them. So this is my world-renowned tuna lasagna. World-renowned because all of my foreign friends have had it. Most of them have liked it. I have cooked it in other countries as well. And in Portugal is where the main bitch is. And that's where it tastes the best. Because, you know, I'm used to the ingredients. And if you're here in Portugal and you want the actual ingredient list with the brands and stuff, I guarantee you it's gonna be delicious every single time. I'm gonna make the bechamel. No, I am not a housewife, or I don't have those skills. It's more like it. No, I'm kidding. So I know how to make bechamel for our mac and cheese recipe, but I dislike making bechamel. I buy store-bought from basically this amazing brand of dairy that uses fresh milk for everything, and it comes out consistently delicious. So why I said the housewife thing, because here in Portugal there used to be a thing that like you weren't a good housewife if you couldn't make a bechamel. So here it became a run-of-the-mill joke to say like, oh my god, you can't make bechamel, or you use store-bought bechamel, you're not a good housewife. You know what? I'm not a good housewife. So I'm just gonna drain the excess olive oil of our tuna. There's a lot of oil. Okay. Ugh, so wet. Ugh, hate it. Ugh. I'm gonna lower this before it starts painting my whole kitchen. Stop! Don't you get bubbly on me. I know you're hot. That's good. Means it's mixed the flavors accurately. Don't you dare. Okay, it's clean. I need a thing to proc it out. Where's my forks? Yes! Look at these ugly forks. I inherited these forks, as I call them, the legacy goods, from the former owner of this house. They left us a lot of stuff. The plates, the forks, things that right now it's not a priority for me and Reed to replace. But work just fine, you know, like I ain't gonna trash them. They're not the prettiest, like literally a trident over here. I hate the feeling of wet olive oil. And you're just gonna pull it in here. Look at this beautiful tuna. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. I love this. And this brand is my favorite, needless to say. It's expensive. This is possibly the most expensive part of the recipe. I'll just put it here because I might need to reuse it. If you guys can't see, there's a little IKEA dirty utensil rest, so they don't have to constantly get new things to wash. But yeah, woo! They're maybe half the size. So we have like various tuna size cans. We have the traditional one that is almost like a, they're like this, and then you pull them. The ones you see people give to cats and stuff like that, we usually call them the single serve tuna cans. And then we have a halfway between that and these ones that I use. But these ones are like 380 grams when drained. So they're big and hefty. And I usually use 2 per that size. Per that size. Oh. Can I hit start on seeing the recipe? Belle posted in the Food Network a while ago. Oh, there you go. So funny and so untruth. Yeah, there you go. So I'm not making the bechamel because it is very time consuming. But we have learned to make bechamel like what, last month when we made the mac and cheese. We made the mac and cheese from scratch. And it was a whole adventure. I personally prefer to buy from this really nice brand of bechamel. But if you have more time on your hands and you want to do it more old school, go for it. By any way means you have. I like to save on time, and I've tried it with when my mother-in-law made it. She volunteered to make it. I said, oh, go for it. I didn't see a big difference in the flavor. If anything, I'm kind of more used to the packaged one, but that's just because of experience. I don't think it's going to affect your flavor that much. So if you have the time and you want to go for it, or you find that the packages are expensive, which they tend to be, anything packaged is always going to be a bit more expensive than making your own, give it a go, you know? I wouldn't put too much nutmeg though, because most people I know here, and that could just be a local thing, they put too much on their bechamel and it becomes a whole different degree of creature that you're making. So right now I'm just making sure there's no big chunks. We're mixing it with the tomato sauce. so that we can see what the final consistency is, because we still have this one. Right now, it actually looks pretty good. A lot of the water has evaporated from when we cleaned up that can. It smells nice, but it probably is very under-seasoned for the simple fact that we have not seasoned this bitch. So right now, some tuna cans in the post. I'm sure there are some UK Portuguese good stores actually, but the trick is has to be Bom Petisco or Good Snack. It's a good snack brand. Their tuna is the shit. Like, Portuguese tuna is legendarily good. Like I said, if you can just eat it straight out the can and you get that umami, like, wow, this is good tuna, put it in your lasagnas or tuna dishes, they are going to be amazing. We also eat fresh tuna, but fresh tuna for this is not as good. There's something about the canned tuna in olive oil specifically. I tried it with water because it's cheaper, because I was trying to see, like, wow, can I make a more cheaper lasagna, because like each lasagna feeds a bunch, like 6 people easily, and each layer is like this big and not wet, so it's very consistent. So this can feed 6 people easily, and then some, and it's around 15 to 20 euros. So all in all, it is a dish I only make for special occasions. Today we're having a family gathering at my mom's house to see her new cats, and because of that, let me just turn on the oven at 180. In the meantime, I always remove this before, so we can just keep it here waiting. I'm gonna make this and take this, and this is gonna feed everybody. Yeah, my mom's getting 2 new cats, so I'm very excited about that. And obviously, yes, I'm gonna take some pictures for you. You try to make cheesecake the way you'd make it in Germany. I cannot find things anywhere other than some Russian store that have Polish things in it. Yeah. Cooking in somewhere else you're not used to is so anxiety filled, because you don't know if it's the same flavor. You don't know if you can find the equivalent or similar, and that can be really stressful. So this is not seasoned at all, so I'm gonna do a preliminary round of seasoning if I can just find my... There we go. Hi, Mr. Shu. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Woo. Hi, Existential Dorito. I'm good. How's yourself? How's you, Mr. Shu, as well? So right now, what we got here is the seasoning part of things. So we got oyster sauce, English sauce, basil, oregano, and thyme. This is still on, but it's on the minimum just to keep things hot, because it's easier to mix, and I'm just here literally staining my white counter forever. So I do this very liberally. I don't encourage you to do this liberally, but like, I know by eye more or less now, after 6 years of constantly making this recipe, what I want in terms of seasoning, and you're gonna see me basically re-season this a lot. So this is thyme, open, oregano, so it can be more liberal with oregano, give it a more traditionally Italian flavor. This is Italian oregano, if I'm not mistaken, because I know there's Mexican oregano, and it is a bit more fragrant from what I heard. Obviously, try it out. I don't know what you have locally. I don't think you have to be anal about your oregano, but just FYI. And a little bit of basil. I'm not as big a fan of basil as I am of the other two, so I usually don't put as much. This type of cheese all the way you need it in the store. Yeah, it is what it is. So we're gonna grab our Worcestershire sauce, and put quite a bit of it. It is a lot. This is a lot. And if it's too strong, you can always add a little bit of more tomato, and you're not gonna be panicking over it. And some oyster sauce. Oyster sauce, the shit. I use this with minced meat. I use this with a lot of savory dishes, and it is delicious. Doesn't it taste fishy? It does not. It does not. It serves the same purpose as English sauce or Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce? Oh god. All these bottles came from Amazon. It was a gift from Crow, actually. I'm gonna put just a pinch of normal salt. Alright, we haven't tasted yet, so look. If you're doing this for the first time, or any dish for that matter for the first time, please don't be liberal with your seasoning. Because it's hard to remove or hide over seasoning, okay? Like, I'm very comfortable with this. I've done this a lot of times. I cook this easily 7 times a year. So, do it just a bit more careful. Like, add a little bit, taste, add a little bit, taste, add a little bit, taste, so on and so forth. Just go from there. Right now we stir. The stove is on minimum just to keep it warm. Helps melt the salt away that we just put and gather everything up so that we can mix. It looks silky and beautiful. I would actually add a little bit more tomato sauce, but I don't want to just do it yet. Remember that every time you add tomato sauce, water, whatever you want to do to thin it out, you're going to have to adjust everything, unless obviously you over salted it. Doesn't taste like much yet. This is just normal salt, pepper. A lot of black pepper. But I love black pepper, so like, if this is too much for you, don't put just as much, or do the same system as before. Put a little bit, shake, 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 taste. Put a little bit, shake, 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 taste. And that should give you a hand. I also have MSG. And that should give us, no, this is sodium. Where is my MSG? There we go. Then you can add some MSG as well. If you have it. This is not mandatory, just normal salt will do, or oyster sauce, or Worcestershire sauce. I add a little bit of it for an extra kick. This is more of a recent ingredient that I've been trying with. You guys didn't burn half your Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Worcester. It's from Worcester. Ay, God. Why? Though? Why? Why? Just why? This is where I usually get someone else to stir, because my arthritis does not appreciate this amount of mass of fucking tuna lasagna. It's a hefty girl. Alright, now we taste it again. More seasoning! Not enough! Alright, let me take the lid off this one. Let me take your lid off, dude. Sir! Else it's never gonna be Saturday at this rate. It's a Portuguese expression. There's a lot of shaking on today's stream. I'm sorry, I need help in Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce! Worcestershire sauce! Oh God. Alright, sure. Why not? Putting the wrong lid on shit. Is this basil? No, this is oregano. There it goes. Oh God. A bit more basil. The name is so hard, Sophie, that we just call it English sauce, basically. And a little bit more oyster sauce. Again, please, and I cannot stress this enough, if you're not comfortable cooking, or you have never tried a recipe before, don't eyeball it. Do a little bit at a time, instead of just tossing it in there and praying that your measurements are not wrong. And then you Hulk smash everything because you are weak-armed. This is the most time-consuming part, this and assembling, because like making it taste right is hard. And this lasagna should be on the saltier side, because when you cook it with the pasta and the bechamel, it tones down. At least the bechamel I have is not too salty, so it mutes a lot of the flavor. So you want it slightly, but I mean slightly, I mean really slightly. Oh, Wash your sister sauce. I think I'll actually put the this sauce instead. Wash your sister's sauce. Wash your damn sisters, guys. But it's a pretty good sauce, I will say. The difference in sauces, like, this salt is good if you're doing, like, onions and stuff, like you're doing the Holy Trinity, and it's gonna melt up with it. This is better to mix with things. And a fuck ton more black pepper because we're not driving today. Actually, we are, but, you know, who doesn't like a little bit of black pepper in our shit? And he won't be present. Yeah, eyeball it if you want to ruin some friendships. Ah, this is what good pussy sounds like. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna turn off this heat. Okay. Because there's no point right now. I think everything is on its final stages. Full workout. Might just use the rest of my wash your sister sauce. But it's tasting pretty great to me. It's dark, it has umami. In any way, shape, or form does it taste fishy. If it tastes fishy, your tuna sucks. Alright? Let's just get that out of the way. Because, like, with this and this, which are fish-based sauce, it doesn't taste fishy. Then, if yours does, your tuna has a street reputation, I'll have you know. The skank. I pass out, guys. It was stirring this damn tuna. It's getting good. And it's something. Tuna is fishy. What do you mean? Tuna is fish, is not fishy. It is a thick lasagna, yep. A little bit more MSG. Woo! Can laugh at the rest of it to pronounce you versus sauce is one of them. Wash your sister's sauce is now my favorite way of saying it. Because, for one, how can you forget it? How can you forget it? It's impossible. Yeah, yeah. Ah! Right. Okay. Wow. I think a little bit more black pepper and we're going. Ah, that was good. I could just eat it like this. Usually I'm full by the time I eat lasagna. Because for one, there's the phenomenon where if you're cooking and you smell it too often, you don't want to eat it anymore. Like you're completely disinterested, and that's normal. But I taste a lot. Because for one, it's a very specific dish. It needs to be properly seasoned, or it's not going to taste like anything. And then tuna is a hearty meal. So tuna is very proteic, so it's going to give you a lot of bang for your buck. I'm going to call Ree to see if this is approved, because Ree knows exactly how to taste it. So the true tuna connoisseur is gonna taste this lasagna. So, like, I think it's good, but it might be missing something. More garlic? Alright, do the pepper and I'll find the garlic. I'll swap. Where's my garlic? Should be there, right? Oh, there it is. I found it. There we go. Alright, so in this case, also hi Ray, yes. In this case, I'm going to use a little bit of this garlic. This is just powder garlic. Because Ree likes it a bit more strong of garlic flavor. And now that they mentioned it, sorry, tiny burp. What they mean. And there's no hurt in just putting a little bit of garlic powder. It's still going to cook in the oven. So you can just add a little dash of it if you want a more garlicky flavor. That should be it, basically. Looks gorgeous. It is so heavy. Why are you so heavy? Ah! Ah! All right. Ooh. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. No. Okay. 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 No, it's good. It's good. Okay. It's very, very good. It's very, very good. It did need a little bit of garlic. Ah! Ah! Alright, I'm exhausted. Now we're gonna move this here. We're gonna bring our dish here and we're gonna start assembly. So I'm gonna go fetch our bechamel sauce that I bought a bunch of packages of. And here we go. Just trying to clean this up a little bit more. Just gonna go to the trash, just gonna go here. Look at how dirty this is. This is cooking 101, guys. Cooking 101. Ugh. This is all gonna get washed when I come back, but not a second before. Actually, maybe when we're basically trying to break everything in the kitchen. No, after we put this in the oven, we should have a moment to basically clean this up. So I buy this Parmalat bechamel, and so far it's the one that we like the most. So it tastes very, very good. It is not too strong. It is not too heavy on the sodium. And now it is. Ow! I prickled myself with the tip of the fucking package. People underestimate the strength of these bottles. But it prickled between my nail like the dick it is. Right. Ouch. Alright, nice. So obviously you don't need all of this of bechamel. This is because I'm gonna actually be doing another lasagna for Christmas, as is usual, and I'm gonna need more bechamel. So I do it by eye. Ow, it really hurt. Let me just wash this. In case I hurt myself for realsies. I don't think I did. I think it just tugged a little bit of the skin there, and anyone with long nails will know how much it sucks to have someone drive between your nail and your finger. It is not nice. So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna open these sides. Look, I do this with all of my Tetra Pak packaging, just because it's easier to then squish everything out. But yeah, squeeze, 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 squeeze. So this is classic bechamel. There's also gluten-free bechamel and light bechamel from this brand, and I don't know if it's an international brand or not. It might be. But basically I tried it with the light one and the gluten-free ones, and they work just as well. I didn't notice a big difference in taste. The light one does feel like it's less thick and has its own obvious difficulties because of it. So I'm just gonna run a paper towel over this. Oh, thank you, Malum. I can't see shit, so I have to read chat to know what's going on. Just gonna do this because we washed it before. Just making sure that there's no water residues left. That is not powdered? Powdered bechamel, really? I didn't know. Actually, I don't think we have powdered bechamel here. Oh, I already opened it. Yum, 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 yum. So we're gonna just pour a little layer of it. It doesn't have to be too thick. Basically, it's just so the pasta, which is the next step. Let's just check that it's still good. Because I had an older one. Yeah, still good. Oof, right on time too. It's gonna expire in like 5 days. On the 18th. Right on time. So why do I buy this pasta? For one, it's fresh pasta. Or supposedly fresh pasta. It is more malleable and pliable. And thus, you can do arts and crafts with it. And that, gentlemen, is how we're gonna proceed. First we grab our own Salazar. This is named after our dictator. Because he scraped the bottom of everything, apparently. So it became known as the Salazar. A little bit of Portuguese culture for you guys. So we basically just want to make sure that the bottom is evenly coated with bechamel. Like I said, doesn't have to be a thick layer. Just make sure it is a little bit there so it's not gonna super stick when it goes in the oven. And it helps cook the bottom layer. And then you're gonna grab your lasagna sheets, and now we're about to just hang out and have fun, basically. That's what we're gonna do. Hi, Crow. How you doing? You're not new here. What do you mean? Powdered bechamel should be a crime. I don't know if it should be a crime, but I don't think it should be a thing. Is more like it. So right now is my favorite part. We're gonna arts and crafts. With this, clean scissor. Okay? Clean scissors, guys. Look, it's still gonna go in the oven. I don't think you're gonna die of something from it, but it's really easy. Just keep a pair of clean scissors and you'll be fine. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see, but if you can't, there you go. I'm going off of the little tablet on the side I have here for you guys to see. So, it's also a way for me to know what you guys are looking at. It's very lit. It's very lit. Okay, it's very lit. Have you ever tried Indian food? I have definitely tried Indian food. I can't say I like all of it, but that I like dishes that are from Indian cuisine, I do. We were talking about korma just a little bit ago and butter chicken, and they are just amazing. We're gonna just basically put our filling and kidnap the bay leaves as they go. Yum. But I think the greatest deed in Indian cuisine is naan, but that's me. Like, I don't know any Portuguese person that is not all about that bread. If there is bread in another culture, we're gonna go there, we're gonna eat the bread. And if there's butter to go with that bread, we're gonna just fill it up. I personally don't put too much filling between layers because, like I said in the beginning of the stream, it's stacked lasagna. It's gonna be a thick bitch, just like me. Because I like layers over like wetness. I want a wet lasagna. For one, I have issues with soft textures. So every time I'm assembling my lasagna, my family's like, "Ah, you're skimping on the filling," and I'm like, "No, dude, it's the same filling. It's just spread in more layers because when you bite into it, it needs to be thick." So this is more or less. This is why we're swapping this hood because we're gonna die eventually. So this is more or less what we're working with. So it's a thin layer of tuna filling, and then we're gonna just put the bechamel in. But you only ever saw it in powder. Yeah, in that case I would just try to do my own, I guess. Like I said, I don't like the process. I feel like if you have a way to buy it in a store, you're probably better off just for the work alone. And just go from there. I use your Salazar to mix things up. My cat is meowing at the door because she thinks that I'm making something for her, which I don't know why she would think that, because she already ate today. Today is a national holiday here in Portugal, so like they ate soft food. Okay, they ate soft food. That was their treat. They eat soft foods on holidays and weekends. So yeah. What I like to do is now I alternate so that it gives more consistency to the lasagna. So that's nice. You hug it. And then it's easier because this is gonna widen up. You don't always have to do arts and crafts, but if you do, it's not a problem, as we saw. Yeah. Now we spread. Spread, 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 spread. Yeah. Spread. There we go. A little bit more. Can't be too cheap. Okay, that's good. Because when we put the bechamel in, it's also a good way to spread the filling inside. So we don't need to be too fret if you can't cover every inch with a little bit. You're going to be able to do it with the bechamel. Nice. Yes, Luca actually ate my tuna lasagna because I made it for him and Q when they were here the first time, I think, and maybe the second time. Is usually we get up around our birthdays, so tuna lasagna is a dish I always make for my birthday because it is possibly my favorite dish altogether. So I think Luca had it at least twice now. Hi Cookie, how you doing? And look, like I said, it might be just our tuna. Maybe our tuna is the magical tuna. And you just need to find the right tuna for you. So don't say you don't like tuna until you've tried Portuguese tuna. That shit is crazy. That tuna is whack, y'all. How do young people say it? I don't know. I haven't been young in a second, okay guys? Also, sorry if I'm ignoring chat, guys, but I only have a little bit to see between layers so that this doesn't take way too long to make because it still goes in the oven for quite a bit. Now arts and crafts again. Hello. Hello, hello. Alright, I'm back again. Naan is endgame bread. Naan is just delicious. It's just amazing bread. You're gonna hit the hood. I hit the hood once so far. Once, and it is horrible. I'm good, thank you so much for asking. To try the lasagna spiritually. I like having friends like Lynx that always make me feel young, even though I'm not. I love you, Lynx, despite you're the favorite one. When I die, I'll leave you something, okay? I'll leave you my good humor. So that whenever you're low, you can hear me cackling at your jokes. In spirit form. There we go. It's looking so lovely. If you want a visual factor that is nice, you can do this in a dish that is glass, like a glass Pyrex. I don't know if you have that brand there with you, but it is very famous here. And so they can see the layers. I personally like this one because it is pastel pink, and I love pastel pink. I have a fondness for pastel colors, and I bought this when we moved here, and I've been using it to all my cooking, but I have the standard glass ones, and they're very useful, obviously. But yeah, if you're presenting this to someone in the family, you want to make it like, ah, look at what I made, you can use a glass one because it is impressive. Obviously, not all the layers are going to be visible immediately, because sometimes they just mesh, or the bechamel drips between layers, and that's fine. That's how it's supposed to go. But it does make for a very visually appealing little lasagna. Nice. Nice, yeah. Juicy. A little bit more for this layer. Nice. I've made a lot of filling. People are going to be happy, especially my dad. Palette scheme. Yeah, exactly. I personally really enjoyed this. So now we're going to try to make sure we use all of the bechamel that came with this package. That's why we opened the wings. Squeeze it! This is gross. Looks like jizz. Might as well. Yeah. It doesn't taste so good by itself. It tastes great with anything else, but not by itself. Because he'd be hungry by now too. Look, and this isn't even its final shape. Squeeze the jizz out. Always. You should have seen me do a nigiri once on Discord for the community. The way I squeezed that tube of mayo. Everybody went wild. It's like they never saw me squeeze anything. And that was a big turning point in my relationship with the select few who were there to see me do it. Okay. They're traumatized till this day. Nice, okay. It's looking gorgeous. Look at this lasagna. It's my lasagna. There we go. Come on. Sorry, I do a lot of T-Rex hands, so you're always gonna see me do this. But that's the defensive position for people with arthritis usually. It's like, I don't want to fuck up my hands, so I'm just gonna keep them close to my body. Arts and crafts time. We have one sheet here. I can't remember. I think it's now like this. I buy a fuck ton of packages of lasagna. Not only because I do a lot of lasagnas, but because I like to be artsy with them. I don't like them to be too overlappy unless I have to, so I'd rather just use more sheets than not enough sheets. So there we go. We tuck this in. We gently apply it till it's nice and covered. In our Discord. It's very rare, my love. It is very rare that I do it. It's just that sometimes I'm cooking and I want some company, so I just join, chill, and start cooking. On our Discord is mostly us sharing memes, and now we have the recipe channel, so if you guys have family recipes you would like to share with, I could use this one. Mimi, stop! No! No! No thank you. I don't need your assistance right now. It's just meowing at the door. Oh, bless her. It's cold here, Mia. Go home. Go to the living room where Ree is. Ah, maybe Ree has the door closed. That could be it. That could be it. Give me a second, Mimi. I'll be there in a moment. Mimi? Me? Oh, I know. I know. I know. Come on. You want to come in? Go ahead. There we go. Alright. She was meowing to get into the living room, not to get into the kitchen. Because the living room is warm, so that's where she wants to be. That's where she wants to be. And now she can be reunited with my blanket, which also happens to be her favorite blanket. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. That's a lot of puns in one go. Well, hello Najib, I hope you're having a fantastic Friday of a day. We're here just making our tuna lasagna and chilling. Oh, my joints hurting is not a topic. Oh, I do the same to hurt yourself. Look, us girls with joint problems gotta unite. All ladies and gentledoms, you know. Because it is a bitch. I am here just doing my best. I know that when I'm gonna try to put this in the oven, it's just gonna be a bitch. It's gonna be a bitch, dude. It's gonna be a bitch. Because this is a baby of a lasagna, okay? This lasagna could feed a small village, basically. If your lasagna could not, you know, break someone's head, if you drop it from 1 meter, then is your lasagna really a good thick lasagna, or are you just like, are you trolling? You know, like, you have to know your life. You have to know what you're gonna do, and what your angle is with these lasagnas, because these lasagnas are full of personality. Okay. I'm gonna cut this a little bit off. There we go. Perfect. Delicious. Perfect. Alright, this one is not going to be too covered. Oh, no, if you move it like this, it should be fine. Okay, good. I need to be more generous with my filling, or else I'm gonna have too much filling. Which is not a problem. It's better to have too much filling than not enough. I'm gonna put this here. Because you can always put this in a Tupperware and it's ready to be eaten. Come here. Oh, I see another. Fish all your bay leaves out. It's a nasty surprise because they don't taste as good when you bite into them. Randomly, you know. It's good for flavoring of the dish, but you don't want to put them in your mouth directly. Not just for that, but because bay leaves are a bit poisonous. You don't want to deal with that. There we go. Perfection. There. Nice. Now you guys should be able to see the layers a little bit better because they're getting higher. Nice. Thank you. I am having an excellent cooking session. So far, very little has gone wrong. So far, we haven't hurt ourselves other than this one time in band camp where I shoved my finger inside one of these Permalot bottles, as you guys saw. And the little edge hurt my nail. But other than that, we're surviving, guys. We're surviving. We haven't made mistakes. This is why I wanted to start streaming cooking streams with something I know before I start to delve into something I don't know. Because, like, obviously I don't know how to make Pyro's amazing muffins, you know, or Swedish meatballs like Rasmus suggested. So because I don't know how to do those, let me start with something I know how to do, where I feel confident, and then we can go from here. I can ride this high for a long time. There we go. Yeah, much better. It's looking so pretty. I love it when it comes together. Ah! Don't you slip on me, dude. Okay. Okay, now this. I just jump it a little bit because then it settles a little bit better, so Am I ready for the grinding trials part 2? I don't know if I am. Bay leaves are poisonous? They are. Bay leaves are poisonous if you have them in enough amount. But when you just have them like this, it's very bitter when you ingest them. And obviously, you just get a handful of them, you're probably not going to have a Baja Blast. Look. Good thing I washed this beforehand. I'm going to wash my hands mostly because I don't want it to be dirty. But I ain't wasting that. It's going to go in the oven either way. It's going to be fine, guys. One goof so far. I booped my head on the thing. And I've thrown my lasagna filling overboard. This is why we wash our stoves. And you know what? I think this is enough, actually. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So 2 goofs. Okay, 2 goofs. One was an injury, though. Does it count as a goof to boop your own hood? Or does it count as an injury? Because I had 2 accidents. But, you know, they were more hurt kind than they were goofs. I don't know. We're very goofy, to be fair. I don't know if I should make this the last layer. I might just make this the last layer. Yeah, I might make this the last one because then it might overflow too much if I don't. Okay. Nice. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Come on. Just a little bit more. So it might still overflow, but by very little. That's why I'm gonna watch over it and see how I can fill this top part. Okay. Empty bowl. So I'm gonna use this and this. It was supposed to be horizontal this time, but oh wait, actually, forgot. I always do this on the last layer. I always have to do this. Yeah. I'm not gonna put too much. We're still gonna have to open a new package. Okay, this should be enough. Because this still needs to cook these sheets that are gonna go on top. Yeah, just enough. Just enough to cover that part. Help it cook that sheet a little bit better because it's still gonna take that sheet a gazillion bechamel on it. Yes. And cheese. There we go. I'm gonna open the last one. Ah! It's a lot of goof today, guys. Ah, you must give an offering to the gap to... Oh god, that's true. I guess, look, all these goofs make this delicious. Why won't you open your wings, dude? Come on. Nice. I'm gonna go grab the cheese. Bechamel! And try not to kill myself. So if this wiggles is me just walking over a very poorly placed cable. To reach the fridge. There we go. We're back! Stop lifting your wings, dude. Can I flip you, maybe? Maybe I flip you. There we go. It's not as pretty, but at least it won't be flipping so much. Ah! We wiggle all the time. Alright. Now an exaggerated amount of bechamel because whatever is on top here might go down to properly cook the other layers of pasta. And we spread it evenly to the best of our ability. And we shove it down on the ends so that it tucks in. Okay. Don't know if I want to put a little bit more, maybe here in the middle. Yeah, that looks nice. Looks perfect. Nice. Now we are going to put all of this cheese on top, guys, because, you know, we're not dieting. We should, possibly. It says pizza cheese, but it's mostly because it's shredded. What I usually do if I'm doing this for a very special occasion, other than just meet the cats family gathering, is I do this cheese and I do fresh mozzarella cheese. So mozzarella di bufala, so buffalo mozzarella. It is 3 times as creamy, and you tear it fresh. You should let it dry a second, so just make sure that it's not fully wet, because then it just makes the whole lasagna wetter on the top and doesn't coat as nice. But it is possibly my favorite cheese is mozzarella di bufala. Yeah. But it is really expensive. At least here it is. It is very expensive and is fresh. So if I want to buy it, I have to buy it and then immediately use it. And because I bought these ingredients like last week, and I didn't want to make it until now, it wouldn't have held as nicely as obviously pre-grated mozzarella. So we're going to use this. And it's going to be a sea of cheese, just how we like it. Press it down a little bit, make it compact. If you don't have a heart attack with this lasagna, I didn't do my job properly. It's not supposed to be light. It is supposed to be a newborn worth of cheese, pasta, and tuna filling. Hi, Nerolia. Ah. Whew. A lasagna always. I think a lot of people's traditional family dish is a lasagna. Okay, so I think it's just common because, like I said in the beginning of the stream, lasagnas are not hard to make. They're just time consuming. Okay, time consuming, guys. Ah, can you marry me? I don't know. I'm already married, but you know, gotta ask Ree. So you never know. So I'm gonna put this in the oven with a little bit of water on the bottom. And I'll explain to you why in a second if I don't spill this all over myself. And alright, I spilled it in the oven and that's not a problem. Okay, the oven can take it. I don't want to take it. Okay, good. Now we have this here. And we and we put the lasagna in there without dropping it or hurting yourself, ideally. At 180 degrees for 30 minutes. Oh my god. Yeah, my hands were not designed to carry these lasagnas, so I'm gonna put 25 minutes. And what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go back to the bedroom so that I can read chat, and hang out with you guys while we wait for this lasagna to be done. Ain't nobody got time to clean this kitchen. I'm too tired. So that's a realistic cooking stream, guys. Ain't nobody gonna clean their own heckin' kitchens. I'm just gonna swap. That hurts your back spiritually? Yeah, that's how I feel. Hello, guys. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Whoops. Didn't mean to raise this, sorry. I've raised the volume of the music too. Like a dumbass. Sorry. Fuck me, dude. Exhausting. But we made it. We have made it. And we are cooking. And now it is gonna be easy peasy lemon squeezy because it's just a matter of waiting until it is done. Hydrate maybe? That's actually a great idea. If I had my bottle, that would be a great idea. Not clean up stream? No. Look, I'm not saying I won't, but I need a moment. I need a moment because there was a lot of things going on. Whew. Let me just let me find my water bottle because, you know, that's a good idea. One second. Let me find my water bottle. I'm back. All right, so water tray is something. So you're cooking anything gratin or with cheese on the top or something like that that tends to overflow. When you use a water tray on the very bottom, and it doesn't need to be a lot of water, when the cheese falls inevitably off your dish, it's gonna land on a tray full of hot water. For one, it doesn't create that smoking that happens obviously when it hits the surface and it burns. It won't burn your bottom. It won't stick to the tray of water. So it's just gonna be floating there and create a little bit of steam when it does inevitably overflow. This way, when you are done cooking whatever dish you're cooking, you let the tray cool down and you just pour the water out with whatever food residue is there. You just run it by water again, and you don't have to elbow grease your way to a clean tray. So yeah, if you're cooking anything that is gonna overflow, use the tray with a little bit of water on the very bottom, and then put it on a rack, ideally, so it can just pour through, and hit that instead of your oven, so you don't have to spend an hour elbow scrubbing your hecking oven. Yes, that's why. That's why, guys. That's why we do it. Oh, my neck. Woo. But yes, I did not spill it on myself. I spilled it in the oven, and we can live with that. Like, it is supposed to go in the oven, just not exactly there. But now what I expect is that it's gonna melt over and it's gonna be easy to clean afterwards. Advanced cooking there. It's just, you know, I used to cook with my mom a lot, so there are kids that are not interested in cooking. And I was always a kid that hopped on the counter and watched my mom and my Nana cook. And I learned a lot from those two, as most people do. Like, usually they are the figures that cook in the house. And thus, you can learn a lot of good tips from the older generations. Ooh, nice. Buff bourguignon. I see Pepsi's recipe, so that's good. That's good. I have to try this out. I have to try this out. I am so excited because I follow a content creator as well that makes amazing food called The Anti-Chef. I don't know if you guys ever heard that or not, or ever heard of him, but basically he's a guy that didn't know how to cook, and he learned how to cook by trying really hard recipes. And he recently did Buff Bourguignon from 3 different chefs, like from 3 different recipes. One of them was Julia Childs, obviously, which is the one that he got famous for. And I've had those books for 1.5 years now, and I'm dying to try that one. I've tried other recipes, and so far, if you follow it to the T, it works really well. So, like, I'm optimistic that if I follow her recipe, it's gonna go well. The only, like, pet peeve I have against the cookbooks I have is they're UK. And if you know anything about any measurements ever, there's imperial measurements, and there's the American ones, and then there's the British ones, and then there's the, you know, metric systems. And navigating that when you're trying to cook, bake, whatever, it is a pain. It is so annoying. It is so annoying. You're there trying your best to do your damn dish, and you're arguing about what kind of ounces or cups or teaspoons, tablespoons, and blah, 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 blah. When I was young, I didn't understand that the tablespoons in America were different from our tablespoons, and so on and so forth. So I would be disheartened trying online recipes that wouldn't work. I was like, oh no, like, what am I doing wrong? And apparently I wasn't doing anything wrong. It's just that I didn't consider the logistic of that maybe Americans have different spoons than we do. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. We're always learning, okay? Now my headset is pretending that it's running out of battery, even though I charged it. Let me just connect this so they can charge a little bit while we wait. Got a good update. Oh. Thank you, Nerolia. Thank you, thank you. Have a fantastic evening, my darling. So what did they update? Let's see. We have some time to kill. We have 17 more minutes to kill before our lasagna is ready. And then we have to drive it to my parents' house, which luckily is only like 7 minutes away. But let me tell you, driving with the piping hot lasagna on your lap or on Ree's lap is not going to be fun. Not at all. I don't envy. I don't envy Ree. But I made it. I said I'd bring it. So I'm just going to warn my mom that it should be done soon. Just letting her know through WhatsApp. 15-minute ARAMs. I can't. My ARAMs never last 15 minutes. There's always more. There's never a 15-minute ARAM with me. Either I lose them at 8 minutes or they last 40. I don't know. Maybe I tried too hard and got so far and at the end it didn't even matter. I don't know. Maybe it's something special. But mine never last so little or so long. Oh God, I'm so tired. Ooh. Making a lasagna is a whole thing. And today is a day that I have like hand pain, so it's a little bit harder, especially on my right hand, like over here, is having a senior moment today. But I am surprised at how well it actually behaved, considering that my arthritis is having a senior moment. It's gonna be worth it as soon as I eat the lasagna, so I'm not too bothered. If I was in a lot of pain, like yesterday, my whole body was having a senior moment. If I was more bothered there, I wouldn't have streamed today. But I was feeling better. I feel like my lipstick is not correctly applied. Let me see. But yeah, I would have canceled the stream if it wasn't going well. Oh, it's just the corners are losing lipstick. Yeah. So I don't know what happened yesterday. So I was setting up YouTube and Kick with Luca, or Demons as you guys know him, to see if we could do multi-stream. Just out of curiosity, let's try this, right? And as we set things up, I started to feel not very like hot, which is a funny expression, but it still worked. You know, it still worked. And I thought, you know what, before stream, I'm just gonna go lie down and chill. I'm gonna go lie down, chill, and I should be feeling better by the time that is stream time. But I didn't. And I just started feeling hotter and hotter and hotter and uncomfortable stomach-wise. I just felt incredibly nauseous. And when I measured my fever, I had 37.1 and it didn't seem to be getting lower. So I basically spent the rest of the evening just asleep, completely asleep on the couch, which is not my favorite activity. I woke up for a little bit, remade me dinner, I ate something, I fell asleep again. And then I went to bed and slept 13 hours. Like, I don't know, like I slept for what felt like forever, but I didn't want to wake up. Like, it was not like I was oversleeping per se, as in I didn't feel like I overslept and then just lazily lied. No, I just felt like I couldn't stop sleeping altogether. So I woke up today, it was close to 1, and I felt amazing, like really invigorated. I didn't feel any of the stomach pain or fever. The fever didn't show up. Like right now I have a headache, and I did have a big headache yesterday when I went to bed. And I don't know why. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't. But I've been drinking a lot of water today, and I'm just gonna power through. Like, I have medication that I can take for the headache. Did I take something? I did take something for the stomach pain that I had, and it helped. And maybe that helped overnight as well. But what I noticed was that I really needed sleep. I don't know if lack of sleep can give you a fever or something like that, but the fact is, like, today I'm at my cool 36. I slept a gazillion of hours. I chillaxed on the couch. I did some laundry. I did some affairs, and I didn't feel my stomach cramp or hurt or nausea, nothing. So I don't know. My mom was like, oh, it's a virus. And I'm like, fuck, mom, a 24-hour virus. Like, it's a very effective one, I'll say. Jesus. But it was just me. Ree was fine. Still is fine. Was fine the day before as well. So I don't know what hit me, but it hit me. To be fair, Ree doesn't take immunosuppressants. I do. So I'm always at a higher risk of simply just shenanigans, basically. So, like, I don't know. I'm just lucky like that, guys. I'm just built different. I'm just built wrong. Basically, guys. So, yeah. That was my yesterday. I hope you guys had a better day. You know, maybe you guys ended up playing some more Lethal Company. I hope it was fun. I did miss you guys. I wish I could have played. I'm so invested in trying to just get like really a lot of money so that we can buy all the things that we haven't seen yet, or that I haven't seen yet. All the furniture for the ship and all the accessories. So I'm excited that we're gonna do that. Now I'm not as excited because our Last Trials knows how to play with my heart, and I like to collect, and I want to see what cute outfits they're gonna bring for Christmas. So we might be looking at a lot of Outlast Trials. A lot of Outlast Trials in our near future. You played Avatar. Was it good? Oh, Marty, Charlie, Malum, and I were watching the Game Awards last night. Ah, so that was the conversation that I was watching when I woke up. For 11 hours some time at your mom. Oof. 11 hours. I can imagine. Oh my god, honey. The stamina. If I go out of the house for 3 or 4 hours, I come back absolutely obliterated. Like, unless obviously I had like a good pause to eat and rest, like a comfortable place to eat does a lot for my body. Then I just die. A lot of the days where I leave in the morning and come back in the afternoon to go to Lisbon, I have to sleep before stream or I won't make it. I will not have the same attitude. I will be cranky. I will be in pain, and then I will have to end the stream early because I just can't. I just cannot give the same quality. Right now the game seems good. Until 5 a.m. Yeah, it was. I was surprised you guys were up so late. Holy crap, guys. Holy shit. It was very surprising. From work, and then I realized it was the results. Yeah, I think whatchamacallit, I think Baldur's Gate won, right? Game of the Year. It was obvious that it was gonna win. It is legit the best game ever. I don't know, like, sure, obviously people are gonna have different opinions, and some people are gonna prefer different game styles, but the amount of labor that went to bring Baldur's Gate into what it is, into how in-depth it is, and how faithful to D&D it is phenomenal. Like, it deserved it. It fucking deserved it. There's no way. No way. It was well deserved. I wasn't surprised, but to be fair, nothing came close to achieving the greatness that Baldur's Gate 3 proposed to get and actually got. So I'm happy that they got it. They spent years, a fuck ton of years developing this game, and I'm glad they did. It really is a labor of love. I mean, it's good, but community support was a stretch. Community support? Didn't they just win Game of the Year? They won multiple ones. I wasn't in on it. I didn't see it. I didn't vote, actually. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. Right now, I'm just, living my best life. Chilling with you guys. Waiting for my lasagna to be ready. And we have 8 minutes left to 25 minutes. I usually like to leave it for 30, but it depends on the oven, okay, guys? If your oven is really strong, then you want to leave it for a little less. If your oven is not really strong, then just leave it for a little bit more, you know? Mine is a considerably strong oven. It is supposedly at 180, It is in the middle of the rack, so it should be 25 to 30 minutes, but you just want to make sure that it is crispy cheese, deliciously melt, and amazing, because the sheets of lasagna, of fresh lasagna that I use, they usually take 20 minutes to be fully cooked, so it's not too bad. Just sad for performance. I wish Yuri had won, but Asterion did. You can't compete with Asterion. You can't. You can't compete with Asterion. It's. I wish I had a cameo by what's his name, Neil. Oh, I always say Neil Gaiman, but it's the wrong Neil. But my man is so special. He's a great voice actor. He has all the pizzazz of Asterion. Oh, he is amazing. He gets me all riled up. I think he gets everybody riled up. Like, oh, people say Asterion is such a basic bitch, like companion, sure, or romantic interest. It is, but to be fair, they made him really good. It's not like they made the generic, you know, vampire elf, right? They really delivered. It has a great story, it has a great quest. And for some reason, even though it is not even my type of vampire, I could not help but feel drawn in. All I wanted to do was boink him. And boink him good, I did. I boinked that man. And I was very satisfied with Baldur's Gate 3. 10 out of 10 would boink again, and that's all I can say. Like, if you're looking for a great boinking, go for it. Community support, best RPG, best multiplayer, and player's voice. It has a really great multiplayer, actually. Works really well. Alright, so we're 5 minutes out to our lasagna. We're gonna have to start preparing things to leave, including our shoes, but that I can just put at the entrance easily. So, yeah. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a delivery. That's fine. I'm gonna... Wait, where's my timer? My timer is just here. 5 minutes. Okay, yeah, 5 minutes, guys. So we're gonna just go to the other side. I'm just trying to let this charge a little bit because my headset was starting to give me the signs of like, I didn't charge properly this afternoon. As they get older, the wireless ones, the battery obviously gets a bit addicted. But these are great headsets. I don't know if you guys have this one. Like, I still wouldn't get another headset or type of headset, even when this one gets super addicted, because it's just a nice headset altogether. I didn't look at it much from all the clips I saw. It just sort of like because of clips with the stereo. Exactly. Exactly. Showing community support because the support is unbeatable. Oh, God. Oh, God. You just go data stereo, everybody. All right, let's go back to the kitchen, clean up a little bit, and get Reed to help us remove that out of the oven, and say goodnight to you guys from there. Let me just mute this. Hi, guys. Now you can hear me on the headset. How expensive was that headset? Ooh, good question. Is the Arctis 9 wireless one? You can just Google that. It's always the same one. I don't buy a different one because for me it's not worth it. I really enjoy the brand. I really enjoyed the quality of the headset. It is comfortable. It lasts a long time when it begins. It's just that after basically 2 years, 2.5 years, it is the battery is gonna die. Okay, like anything else with the battery, it's not meant to last you a lifetime. Here I go again. Hi, guys. So let's just put this away. We're gonna put this here. I'm not gonna fully clean this kitchen because for one, I don't have time. And for second, because I would have to rid our dishwasher of the dishes that are there that I put the clean before the stream started. But we can at least put things in the trash that need to go in the trash so that we can unveil our lovely lasagna. Okay. This can go. And this can go. Nice. We can put this away as well. Ugh. You have the Arctis 3, the cheapest one. You were not buying the wireless, still accident all year. That's what I think. Hello from the other side. Exactly, Lexi, exactly. So yeah, I got the Arctis 9. I considered trying the Arctis 9 Pro, but I didn't see that many benefit. So I've been buying the Arctis 9 wireless in black, as you can see, because I'm just really satisfied with the quality overall. The battery is the only downside, but anything wireless is gonna have the same issue, so I don't want to swap it. I apologize if you heard me cut off, is because in the pantry apparently I don't have a reception. So yeah, if it cut off, now you know why. So we're just here cleaning things away, making sure this looks a little bit more neato burrito before we leave our house. So that it's not such a big mess. Well, this can stay here because that goes in the pantry. Try not to trip your way to the fridge to store your sauces. We're gonna need a new English sauce, but I have that in the pantry, so that's fine. Oh my goodness, it is amazing. And see, the water guard for the cheese comes in clutch. I don't know if you guys can see, but over here is dripping. Wash your sister sauce. I should clean my kitchen after all that cooking, baby. You don't want to. I feel like you need a whole, like, different person in service that just cleans your kitchen after you cook, because after I cook, I don't want to clean. Like, okay? I just don't want to, like, you just know dinner's ready when the smoke alarm goes off. I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I took old age to the knee, and now I feel bad for wasting it. So it is what it is. Hi, Generation. Hi, Vartex. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday today. Our lasagna is almost ready, and it looks gorgeous. I might leave it 5 more minutes, though. So I'm just going to grab the cleaning stuff. There we go, guys. Oh! Alright. Ow! Not again, motherfucker on a stick! The bamboozling! Oh my god! Oh, this is gonna go to watch anyway, so might as well use this one. I hate it! I hate this hood! With a fucking vengeance! Alright, give me 5 more minutes. Yeah, 5 more minutes on this alarm. Oh, you're a pretty girl. Yep, this lasagna is looking astronomically beautiful. I'll use a little paper towel to grab that part. Just so I don't want chunky parts in my washing machine. What is these stains, dude? A moment you're having stains that you never faced before in your life. Mother fricker on a stick. Exactly, like, fuck that noise. I hate it, and I'm short. It's the headset. The headset is booping on my hood. And this is why we're getting this motherfucker replaced by something shorter, God. Clean this shit up. Not on my watch, sir. Okay. There we go. So this is nice and clean. I can almost pretend that we didn't dirty the shit out of everything. There we go, guys. Look how clean this looks. That was exhausting. Fuck my life. Spooping my head on everything. Replace me for something shorter? Wow. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Well, reboops their head constantly here, so like, I'm still good, but I only have like this. Come on. Get brown. I'm just gonna stare at you guys for a little bit longer. As we basically wait for the browning of the lasagna. Replace it. I was just making it Belle. I know. Alright, let's put away our lasagnas. Ow! I booped my toe! Ow! Mother trucker on the stick! Why am I booping everything? I must be tired, so I'm dragging my feet. Fuck my life. No luck today. I have no luck today. Let me grab my shoes and I'll be right back. Hello! I am back. We got some nice boots. Booties. I need to do the lethal combo dance. Oh god. Yes. Is this the dance you were looking for? It's not much of a dance. But it's more of a hand dance, I'll have you know. Oh god. Ugh. Ugh. God, Jesus Christ. I was wondering why you guys were spamming quota, because my tablet doesn't have 7 TV emotes. I was like, what do you guys mean? You guys mean a quote? No, you guys mean the actual emote. Oh god. Stop clipping me doing shit. There's no safety in this fucking community. I can't exist. You guys be clipping me in my worst moments. I can't put on my shoes. Go in, shoe. Go in it. Thank you. Was that so hard? Name of my sex tape? Go in. Thank you. I regret picking these shoes. Hey, don't think we're taking these shoes. They're putting too much of a fight. I don't deserve this much anger when I put on the shoes. Are you gonna get your shit together? No? Alright. We are keeping the shoes. And it's been 30 minutes, I mean. I have one shoe on. And one shoe off. Alright, let me call the partner. Jesus Christ. Alright. Ree's getting ready to leave. We are back. Let's turn off the 7. Let's the steam go. And careful because steam can actually give you burns. People don't think so, but yeah. You don't want to get steam in your face, guys. It's not how you live a long, prosperous life. Trust me on that. It's not just annoying for your glasses. There's actually a lot of harm in that. Do you know where they are? Are they there? Give me a sec. I'm trying to figure out where the mittens are. There they are. Alright, we'll present the lasagna and then we'll fuck off. Because we are busy. Look at this lasagna! Ah! She is gorgeous. She is bubbling. She is looking amazing. For some reason, apparently our oven has a, like, colder spot, I guess? Yeah, a colder spot than the rest of the oven. But it looks amazing. It looks beautiful. But I'm very proud of how the outcome, and by the smell alone I can tell that it's gonna be delicious because it just smells amazing. Oh god, I booped my head again. Fuck my life. Yeah, this lasagna malum would be worth a lot of money if I brought it to the company. But yeah, there you go guys. Look, I hope you enjoyed this time with me. I hope you learned something or got inspired to try it out. The ingredients is always the key. Good ingredients makes for a great dish. I've tried this with cheaper ingredients and I don't recommend it. It nearly isn't as flavorful. But there we go, guys. There we go. We have booped our head a total of 3-4 times this stream, so that's nice. This is why we're replacing this fucking hood. I have the recipe on Discord. Apparently I had already posted it before, but I'll post it again on the right channel. I love you guys. Don't forget that you're amazing, you're fantastic, and you're special. And you're gonna come with me as I go turn off the stream in the other room. Alright guys. I love you. Be good. I'll see you Tuesday. Bye guys.